Hi, and welcome to your sleep flow practice. These practices are specifically created for those of us who struggle to wind down, those of us who are running high anxiety or high stress levels, and if you're struggling to sleep, or if you simply need 45 minutes of TLC. So, well done if you've made the time to catch up this session. Please leave a comment. Let me know that you've done the session. Let me know how it went. And of course, after you've slept, let me know how your sleep went. Everyone here live, welcome. Amy and I were just chatting in the backstage, and I was saying that you guys, I feel like you guys have seen like too much of my face today already. I have been live 3 times. There's just been me. I've been chatting on so many groups. It's been an insane day. It's been a fabulous day. Sure. Working on finalizing content for the challenge, getting all the little ducks in rows. Super excited. It's so inspiring. And I literally this morning I got up with the biggest load of excitement and energy because I knew that today was just gonna explode. So really, guys, to everyone who has already signed up, well done. Well done for prioritizing yourself. I know it's a hard one. I know it's a tough one. A challenge like the flow challenge, you're not necessarily going to feel, I don't know how to explain it. It's going to be very different. You're going to get a very different kind of result from the flow challenge. I have specifically designed the questions to take you on a little 21-day journey. I've specifically recorded the meditations to take you through your 21-day journey. And the classes, the flow classes, will be very specific to the 3 weeks because I know we'll have all the challenge members with us. So if you're not on the challenge, I would jump on the challenge train for your flow for the next 3 weeks because it's going to be awesome if you can pair your flow sessions with the journaling and with the meditation. If not, totally cool. I better still see you at flow. But if you're still sitting on the fence, I can highly suggest it. Good evening, beautiful cat. Pat is here. Amisha's here. Beautiful Amy. Amy, I'm sending you a big hug, virtual hug through the camera. Guys, did you see Amy's success story, celebration story? Absolutely incredible. Amy is just, I think, Amy, you've one-on-one and you've danced your way from the Amy that I met to who you are now. Just you've always been a star and now you're like a supernova. So thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you for always being here, Amy, and always being here for everyone's questions. And just like, you're just one of the nicest people I've ever met. So sending you all the love. Good evening, Amy Jane. So we've got 2 Amy's here. James and I are ready for our sleepy flow again. Candles, pillows, incense, and everything. That sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. I should actually bring, because I don't teach from my house, I should actually bring some incense here. Get myself in the mood. It's so nice. Incense is an interesting one. So if incense becomes too much, sometimes the smoke isn't too great, or people can be quite reactive to it, is to get an oil or to even get a diffuser. And then you can go wild with the smells. And of course, smell, one of the senses that plays such a big role in unlocking memories and processing experiences. Smell. Amisha, never tired of your face and voice. Amisha, you're too kind. I don't know about that. You guys got a lot of my face in your faces today. Amy, no, you're the best. You're the best. Lots of love. Nicole, good evening. Oh, Nicole, I'm so glad you're getting into the sleep flow. So glad you're here. Lorna, good evening. Of course you're here. Lorna is also joining for the challenge. My doggy's ready. He's on my mat. We fight each other who gets on the mat. I have my sister's dog here. I don't know where she is. Nanky. Nanky. I don't know where she is now. So she might pop in at some point. I am babysitting for my sister who is on a little bit of a trip. And she's just having to go everywhere with me. I think it's a very different lifestyle to what she has with her mom. But she's here now with me. So she might pop in and out of the screen, guys. Caroline, all the way from London. Caroline, welcome, 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 welcome here this evening. It's so lovely to have you. What is the weather like in London right now? And are you joining for any of the challenges all the way from London? Caroline, I'd love to know. Edelwies, looking forward to this. My candle is burning. Amazing, guys. I love that you're all getting into this. This is really one of those sessions where you can go all out. Like, light the candles, dim the lights. We've got music playing for you guys. We've got me guiding you through the practice. We move so slowly that you don't actually always have to even look at the screen or look at the TV. You can simply just be in your practice. Ashley, can I ask you a challenge question? Yes, Ashley, of course you may. Please do. Caroline, I see. Ooh, I know. I can feel we are heading into our winter. Oh, we are definitely, guys. It's no joke. Ashley, will you be doing another challenge next month? Ashley, I cannot answer you that right now. We have a lot of discussions in the back end of Jeff. I will be able to confirm that in the next couple of weeks. I can't confirm right now. I'm almost certain that I will be running a challenge next month. If I do though, can't promise you that I will. So I don't have I don't have concrete information for you. But if I do run the challenge that I think I might run, it's different to this one. Don't know if this one will run alongside that one. So if that answers you, if your question is should you do it now or not, the question is yes, or the answer is yes. Do the challenge now. But I mean, of course, it's not like it'll never happen again. So if you really can't make it this time round, all is forgiven, and I will have to see your name at the next challenge. But that's kind of the only very unreliable information that I can give you right now, Ashley. Sorry. Everyone, you are going to need your yoga strap tonight. Alright? Yoga strap, buckle at one end, tail at the other. And in the meanwhile, you can make sure that your strap doesn't have any kinks in it. Place the tail end of the strap through both buckles. Take it over the first one and under the second one. So just keep it in this kind of big loop. For those of you who don't have yoga straps, don't worry. I will give you an alternative. If you can get your hands on a strap at some point though, that would be great. We can do a lot with these straps. All right, so you can use an exercise band, you can use a belt, you can use a towel, you can use a scarf, but otherwise your yoga strap. Ashley, I have signed up to have signed up to challenge, but can't decide which one. I mean, Ashley, if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna say mine. Honestly, the thing about the flow challenge is, yes, you're gonna do flows, but then you can still do everything else you would like to do in between. You can still do your live hits, your live lits, your running, your extramurals, whatever else you need to do. It won't be that full on, if you know what I mean. You'll have to put your daily time aside for your meditation and for your journaling, you will need to attend this class as well as Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays flow sessions. But other than that, you can still add in all the other training and things that you'd like to do. So it's a win-win. And for those of you who are a bit nervous that this program does not come with an eating program or a food program, we have weekly menus. We have menus in the vaults. I know someone hasn't kind of put it all together for you, but the weekly menu we do. So check those out as well. There are many options, many options for your nutrition. Good evening, everyone. Shelly, good evening. Happy Tuesday. Candace, doing this live tonight. I am so ready for bed. Candace, I think you and everyone who is here live, absolutely ready for bed. Joy, good evening. Joy, I hope you enjoy the session. And just relax. Take these 45 minutes, guys. If you've dedicated your time to be here, then be here. I know it's hard. It's very normal for the mind to continue to run and be busy. But as much as possible, we want to try and slow it down and get into our bodies and out of our heads. As you guys can see, Amy has posted the link to the challenge page. So if you've got more questions around that, please go check that out. Joy, we have you in the vaults. Yes, you do. You have lots of me in the vault. You got sleep in the vault. You now have flow boosters. You have, oh guys, I don't even know. I actually need to go and count how many flow sessions there are in the vault by now. Hundreds, definitely, must be. It's almost my year anniversary at JF, I think. A little while longer. Maybe I think it's 2 or 3 months time. I would have been here for a year. I can't believe it. Actually blows my mind. Guys, we've got about 2 minutes to go before we start. So again, please make sure that you have your yoga strap. If you do not have a yoga strap, then grab a scarf, grab a towel. And if you do have a yoga strap, then please put it in a big loop. All right, who all is here? Bridget van Eck signed up for the flow challenge. Yay, yay, yay. Hello, beautiful Roz. Joy says no workouts today. Back pain, went to the physio. Oh, Joy, well, I'm glad that you took it easy. Please be careful. Remember, this week we are doing lower back release and stability. So just be careful. If something doesn't feel great, rather come out of it. Remember, we hold these poses a little longer in the sleep flow. All right, so especially if you feel you've got a niggle or a pain or a pull in a pose, rather back off, guys. Don't just stay in it and hold it. Okay, one of a nice way to kind of confirm if you should be backing off or not is your breath. So if you're struggling to keep a nice fluid, easy flowing, full breath, then you know you should probably back out of the pose and move into it. Increment, slow. Every time you move into it, your body feels it differently and moves into it differently. So patience, patience, patience. So glad you're here live, Roz. That's super exciting. Lauren Tuck, can't wait for the flow challenge to start. I definitely need to get out of my head. We do all, Lauren. We do all. All of us do. Is that the right sentence? Jolene fainted, just signed up for the flow challenge to help with insomnia. Amazing, Jolene. I'm really hoping, guys, that with the breath work, with the meditations, getting some stuff out energetically, emotionally, mentally in your journaling, processing through the journaling, that you come out of the 21-day challenge a more authentic version of yourself. I guess that's what my wish for you would be, is that when you leave that challenge, you don't walk out going, oh, I'm, what's the word? I'm so much more enlightened. It's not about that. It's how much can you become more enlightened about who you are. I think that's step one before we try and sort out the world's problems. Just sorting out yourself, connecting to yourself. All right, guys. Hi, Devin. Welcome. Let's get started. It is time. So, if you have your yoga strap, please make sure that it's in a big loop. All right. If you don't have a yoga strap, don't worry. Please just make sure that you have an exercise band or a towel available, or a scarf, anything that can work as your strap. Alright, so I'm going to go quickly 2 options. Number 1, if you have a full strap, you're going to climb into your loop. Make sure there are no creases in the strap. And you're going to strap the balls of your feet. Okay? Bring yourself to lie all the way down. See, my strap is very long. And I've got my strap underneath my shoulder blades. Holding the balls of my feet, I'm going to try and get my legs straight. And now you've got this lovely lift of the strap underneath the arms. You can open the arms out to the side. Okay, so that's option 1 for those of you who have a yoga strap. Such a nice supportive pose. And you're going to feel the sacrum into the ground. Those of you who do not have a yoga strap, don't worry. You can use your scarf or whatever it is. It won't be as restorative, but it's still going to have a lot of benefits getting these legs inverted, opening up the backs of the legs, and just feeling the whole back line of the body resting on the floor. And then you can close your eyes. So bringing ourselves quite quickly, like fully into the physical body, changing into a shape that might feel slightly unnatural after your day. But I want you to feel how nice and straight your spine is. And then I want you to press your lower back into the mat. I want you to firm through the front of the thighs and the kneecaps and draw the toes down towards the shins. So really getting into the back of the legs now. You can see that my legs are vertical. They're not pulling me forward, and I'm not trying to lift the lower back by lifting the legs too close towards me. It's almost like my feet are pressing straight down towards my femur bones, and my femur bones are pressing my hips into the mat. Again, your eyes can just stay closed. We'll stay here for a few more rounds of breath. You can start to deepen that breath. Feeling the breath move in and out through both nostrils. Alright. So those of you who are just holding the strap, you'll simply just hold the feet in the strap. And those of you who have the strap all the way around you, the strap's doing that job for you. Let's keep our right foot in the strap. Place the left foot down. And then here you might feel like you've got your leg's been open for a while, you've got a little more space, you can draw that foot a little closer towards you. So just let that leg be supported by the strap. You might be holding it, remember, that's fine. If you're not holding it, your arms can simply be out either side of you. And then let's start to extend the left leg. Heel extends away from you, toes curl towards the shin. Still trying to keep the whole back body anchored down onto the mat. 2 strong straight legs. Relax through your collarbones. Feel the opening through the back of that right leg, maybe a little through the left. You get a little more flex in the ankles. Especially this top leg, you're trying to lift that right heel higher than the ball of the foot. Alright, so changing our shape a little bit. Whether your strap is in your hands or not, I want you to take your left foot a little out to the left. For those of you who are dancers, you'll know turn out. So you're going to start to turn your right toes to point out to the side. If you're holding your strap, place the strap in your right hand and place your left hand down onto your left hip. Start to take that leg all the way out to the side. So if you're in a strap loop, you'll simply take that foot out to the side. You'll feel that it wants to lift the left side of the rib cage off the floor. Place the left side of the rib cage back down. Arms can open out to the side. If you're holding onto that strap, you're holding with the right hand. Left hand helps to anchor and ground the left buttocks down. Alright, you can all look over to the left. I'm going to take 5 full breaths here. Find a little bit of softening into the pose. Once you finish those 5 rounds, bring the head to look back up to center. Bring that right leg back up. And then you'll bring left foot into meet right. Notice now that the strap might feel a little short for that left leg. So move slowly as you place right foot down and just work that left leg straight in your own time. You want to feel like the hips are still in line with one another, so don't shorten the left side of the body. So it should feel quite nice being supported by the strap again. You might bring that left leg in a little more around the shoulder blades. Extend that right leg forward. You're either holding onto your strap or arms out to the side. 2 pretty active legs. Make sure that you're not buckling through the ankles. So feel like you're drawing the pinky side of the foot back as much as the big toe side. So we feel this equal drawing back through both lines of the legs, inner and outer lines of the legs. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw or holding your breath. Just a couple more breaths here. Just allowing the back of this left leg to open. Right. And you're going to take that external rotation. So strap might be in that left hand. Toes are going to turn out to the left. Right leg moves a little out to the right. Right hand can rest on that right thigh. And then that left leg is going to go over to the side. So it's a little bit of give and take. It's a little bit of readjusting through the chest, taking the leg over to that side. Again, if you're being held by your strap, arms can move out to the side. If you're holding your strap, then the right hand can come to the right hip and the left hand can come to that left foot. So just readjusting, rearranging as you need. All that outer left thigh down. So feel like you're curling your left sit bone in towards your right. Look over to your right. And then remember here, you can close the eyes. You're going to take those 5 full rounds of breath. So just keeping in mind in these poses, if you ever feel like you need extra support, then you've got your cushions, right? So you'll just pop a cushion in underneath, for instance, in underneath this left thigh now could be really helpful. So start to explore in your practice, especially these Tuesday nights, because we move so slowly. You really have time to explore the shapes for your own individual practice. Yes, I'm here, I'm guiding you through this practice and I'm guiding you through the pose, but I definitely can't give all the options for everyone's bodies. So that's really up to you to really take the time, take some initiative to connect to your intuition and really feel what is working, what is not working, and how can you try and figure out what that is. After your 5 breaths, bring the gaze back up. You'll bring your left leg all the way back up. Readjust. Bring both feet in the strap. For a last time here, extend both legs up. Nice. Let's bend the knees. If you're in your strap, you're going to come out of it. We can all actually just rock ourselves up to sit for a moment. Place your strap to the side. Okay, so as we practice, we try to keep our practice space nice and neat. We're going to take a supported butterfly pose. So we're taking the cushions to the outside of the thighs. Your inner thighs should feel quite good now after that opening. Bring one cushion behind you for your head. Lie the whole spine flat down on the floor. I want you to feel your sacrum touch the ground. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring that support of the cushions underneath each thigh. Feel like you're kind of curling your tailbone forward, so you're really getting that little press, that gentle compression into the SI joints. Okay, both shoulder blades grounded. Then bring your hands into the lower part of your belly, so onto the hips. Make sure that your forehead is a little higher than your chin. So in other words, you want length up the back of the neck. Place your hands on your lower belly. And then I'd like for you to start moving through a few deep belly breaths. So as you continue to take these nice deep belly breaths, this week we're working with lower back release. And so keeping in mind that discomfort in and around the lower back is not always necessarily part of the muscular or skeletal systems in the body. Very often that pain can come from the sex organs, from kidneys, even from the intestines. So just acknowledging that there's so much going on in and around this area. The lower back, the vertebra that fuses with the pelvis, the whole sacral iliac area. pelvis housing all those internal organs. Keep deepening your breath. And for the last couple of breaths here, can you really relax your shoulders, your arms? As you feel your belly rise and fall under the palms of your hands. Just allow yourself the last few moments in this pose. Instead of wondering what's next, instead of thinking about what happens after this practice, instead of thinking about tomorrow, we put pause on all of that and just be here. Just notice for a moment what the temperature is in the air around you. Feel any fabric that's making contact with your skin. Notice the parts of your body that are touching the floor. Also the parts of your body touching yourself. I'd like you to take a nice deep full inhale. And exhale out from the mouth. And then a full deep inhale. Exhale out. Slowly open your eyes. Pressing the soles of the feet gently together, take your hands to your outer thighs, just to assist the legs in drawing the knees up to the ceiling and placing the feet on the mat. We'll move now from an external rotation of the thighs to an internal rotation of the thighs. So place your cushions to the side. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. I like to bring my heels a little closer towards me. And even have a look down as you bring your inner knees to touch. Feel that internal rotation. Now a different kind of pressure into that lower back. Keep the head resting on the cushion. And then take your arms to cross over your chest, wrap them around you, elbows up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes and again, let the whole spine be supported by the ground, by the floor, by the earth, by your mat. And then feel how you're just holding yourself in the shape. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no one to see, nothing to say, just to be. What a privilege it is to have this time. We honor it. Little movement is possible. Simply change the possible outcomes. Take your arms out to the side. And with your feet as wide as they are, you're just going to start to window wipe your knees from side to side. I was wondering when she'd make an appearance. So just allow the knees to move from side to side. Very soft with the belly. And just get a nice little massage in and around the pelvis, the lower back. And so when we really allow ourselves to fully relax, we can use the weight of our bones with gravity and obviously the ground underneath us to be quite a, what's the word? I've lost the word today, I've spoken so much. It's quite a great way to get a self-massage. Just keep going, just a couple more to each side, and I want you really to feel like you're fully giving your weight to the mat. Deep breaths. The next time your knees move over to your right, you can just pause here. So this might feel enough for you just to stay here. If you want a little more, lift that right foot, place the right ankle on top of the left thigh, and you'll feel that it draws a whole lot more space in the left side of the body. So back of the hands are on the floor, belly softening, sinking in towards the hip bones. And you're getting this nice opening across the front line of this left hip. You can look all the way over to your left. Just take a few more breaths here. Looking up to the ceiling, slowly slide right foot off. Roll all the way back onto the lower back and switch. Take the knees over to the left. Stay here, or if you did so on the other side, you'll lift that bottom foot to place the ankle on top of the top thigh. Guide both knees away from you. And feel that lengthening all the way from the right armpit down the right rib cage, waist, and all the way down that right hip. Arms are extending out, palms are facing up. Take the twist in the neck if you did so on the other side, and then find just a little more softening in the pose. These 3 more breaths here. Allow that left foot to slide off. Bring both knees back up and hug both knees into chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Alright, let's meet on all fours, so take your time. You're going to roll onto your side. I'm sure many of you also share your yoga mats with your fur kids. So you can come onto all fours, knees under shoulders, and knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Just take a few gentle rounds of cat-cow here. So So if that pressure was quite a lot on the lower back, then really use this, kind of iron it out, release any pressure. We'll take a child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Separate your knees. And I'd like for you to bring one cushion in between your heels and your buttocks. And then you might need another 1 or 2 cushions out in front of you. If you've got a yoga bolster, that works really nice for this. Okay, if you're unable to do a child's pose because of the flexion in your knees, sit on your buttocks and go back into your butterfly pose with your soles of your feet together, taking that forward fold. Right, but otherwise, reaching forward. You're going to look over to your right, rest onto the left side of your face. Rest onto the left side of your face. Sink your hips down and close your eyes. Just feeling how the lower back gets to spread in this pose, gets to broaden in this pose. Take a couple more rounds of breath here. Fully release, fully relax. Choosing to let go of any stress or strain that you're holding on to. You need to sigh it out through the mouth. And then switch onto the right side. And close your eyes, relax the hips down, and just sink more heavier. We can relax just a little more. And let's come back to center. Bring yourself up so that you can place your cushions to the side. Come back onto all fours. And then tuck your toes under. Raise your knees so you can walk your hands back. You're going to come into a forward fold. So from this forward fold, you could bend the knees, maybe have it a little more supportive as you relax the head down. If your back line is feeling quite open, which it might after that strap work, you can maybe allow the spine to really drip down now, reaching for your opposite elbows, and we'll just let the spine relax down. So a really nice version of this pose is to do it with your buttocks against the wall, and it's actually a really nice support. So if you'd like to try that, you could always put your mat against the wall and just kind of rest your hips against the wall. Really nice support in this shape. See if you can lift the belly a little bit. Like we did with that strap work, they're still firming through the front of the legs, allowing the back line to release. Lifting those sit bones up away from the backs of the knees. Change the cross of the arms. Release the hands. Let's slowly bend the knees. Prepare for a spinal roll to bring you all the way up to stand. And you'll loop the shoulders. Reach both arms up. Take a little side stretch to your right. And come all the way back up to center. Take a little side stretch to your left. And come all the way back up. Move back into your forward fold. Tuck your chin. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your palms to the ground. Walk all the way forward into a plank pose. Lower your knees if you'd like, just to take a little hanging cobra here. A little extension through the spine. You squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your thighs, look forward. And then it's all lower our knees. Untuck the toes, so big toes to touch. Lift your buttocks up and back. Sit all the way back into a small child's pose. Hands wrap around the feet. If you like here, you can have a cushion underneath your head. Just let those shoulders roll forward. Slowly roll yourself up to sit. Take a loop of the shoulders. Alright, you're going to bring yourself into a seated butterfly pose, so soles of the feet together. So similar to what we did on our backs, but different rotation, the pelvis and the spine, similar shape in the legs. So here you can take one cushion, two cushions, or also whatever it is you're using. We'll do the same as we did in our child's pose. You're going to reach your chest forward. You're going to reach your arms forward. Look to your right and rest on the left side of your face. Keep that breath flowing. Very normal for the mind to be busy when the body becomes still. There's less distraction. Can you just let the thoughts come and go? So not holding on to them, not adding on to them, not following their story or being drawn into the drama, just letting it come and go. Switch to look over to your neck. For relaxation now, so you can find more softening through the shoulders, the arms, the wrists and the hands. place your cushions to the side. Then we're going to move, so we've worked a lot external and internal rotation in the legs, specifically moving these big femur bones around in the hip sockets, right? All connected, lower back's right there. So we'll take a little bit of a twist. You're going to take your left leg behind you, so you're in a 90-degree with your right leg, with your left leg, left knees in line with your right heel. Alright? You're going to twist over to your right. So now you're in an external rotation in your right thigh, but an internal rotation in your left thigh. Okay, perhaps you stay up on your fingertips. Perhaps you move down onto your forearms, and maybe you relax the head all the way to the floor. See how you go. You can support the belly with a cushion. This is our late night class, so you want to feel as supported as possible. My side out. Up and out. Very slowly, so lots going on here. We're going to switch, so come back to your butterfly pose. Switch the cushion or the prop to the other side. So that right leg that's moving backwards, 90 degrees in both knees. Right knee in line with the left hip. External rotation, left thigh. Internal rotation, right thigh. You're taking that twist across to the left. So again, maybe this is where you stay, or perhaps you come down onto those elbows, relax the head, maybe arms reach forward. Back up. Bring yourself back into your butterfly pose. We'll take a double-legged forward fold here. So bringing the knees up and extending the legs out in front of you. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. And in fact, let's bring a cushion in underneath your knees and separate the legs to be hip distance. You can reach for one cushion. You can actually almost pull the fleshy part of the buttocks up and back behind you. So you're not pulling it apart, you're not pulling your sit bones apart, you're kind of drawing it back to help increase the rotation of the pelvis forward. Very gently. And see where you need your cushions, where your forehead is going to rest. And your hands can kind of just reach forward. You're just going to soften. Yourself as much as you need. Maybe you don't want to feel like you're falling over or anything. You want to feel nice and safe, balance, health. cushion to the side. Make sure you put one for your head. You can keep the one that's underneath the cushion, underneath the knees, underneath the knees. Let the feet flop out. Feel that you can get your sacrum nice and grounded, so you can wiggle a little bit as you need. Make sure your head is really comfortable and supported. Inner thighs relaxing outwards. Arms relaxing outwards, palms facing up. And we'll just take a couple moments of Shavasana, so the time to integrate the practice, to be completely still. Sometimes the most relaxing part of the practice, sometimes the hardest. But we enter it with awareness, softness, and relaxation. Constructive relaxation shape. So bend the knees, place the feet on the mat. Take a little lift of the buttocks. Touch the inner knees and just raise the lower back on the ground. Reach both arms up above your head. And raise one wrist in the opposite hand. Just take a couple of breaths here. We come back to our bodies, back to the space. Please always feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. The longer the better. The practice in a seat, you can separate your knees, slowly roll over onto one side, and then just pause here. Just feeling the earth beneath you, the weight of your body, how relaxed your body feels. Quality of heaviness in relation to gravity, in relation to having less resistance and more surrender, offering a more peaceful state of being. Bring yourself up. Cross your legs. Place your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes. Take an easy breath in. Easy breath out. Ready? You can open your eyes. vibration into the state of being for as long as possible. Just allowing yourself to experience life through a different perspective, through a different way of being. If you're off to bed now, wishing you a wonderful evening's rest. Please remember to comment in the morning and let me know how you slept. Those of you catching up, to do the same. And then, of course, as always, thank you everyone who was here live. And I hope that you can take a little more time this evening and have some more silence. So if you can, phones off, laptops off, TVs off, and just having that extra bit of quiet time to yourself to reconnect and recharge. Sweet dreams, everyone. Only my pleasure. Remember, tomorrow morning, flow strength. Looking forward to it. We find lower back release through a little bit of core work. Have a beautiful evening's rest, everyone, and I'll see you in the morning.